guys, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. Hi, I'm Addie and I'm very excited about today's video because I'm going to be showing you all of the hobbies that I have picked up as what I like to call a 19-year-old grandma hobby. That being said, I basically mean that I prefer to be home early in the evenings. I just kind of pick up hobbies the way that a grandma would, someone who has retired would. I like to have little hobbies to fill all my time, and then I like to be in bed by 9 p.m. so I can read my book, and I take my hours of sleep very seriously, so I think that kind of is what leaned me into this whole 19-year-old grandma thing. But if you're here, you're probably also a 19-year-old grandma, or maybe you're not and you're looking for some more relaxing hobbies, in which case, welcome. Either way, whatever side of it you're on. I just wanted to go ahead and do the intro for this today. I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to go about filming this, but my plan is to just kind of show you each of the little hobbies that I have collected. Yeah, I'm really excited because I think this will be a really chill video, and these are things that kind of like in my vlogs and stuff might be like randomly mentioned and thrown out there, but I don't dedicate a lot of time to talking about them. So this is an excuse to do that, and sometimes you guys ask about them, but like it's hard to dedicate a whole video to one of these things. So I'm putting it all into one whole cozy video. Okay, so number one, as you can see behind me, is reading. I feel like this isn't necessarily a grandma hobby, but I like to read before bed, and that kind of makes it more grandma-y. Partially because it helps me fall asleep, but also because it's like nice to have like a dedicated time to try and get a couple chapters in so that I don't end up in like a reading slump. The horrible words that those are. And you know, you can see my books here. I am a huge romance girly. I love fantasy. I really love everything. I love reading as a whole. I'm not like specific to any genre. I love like a fantasy dystopian. Like I love some good action thrown in with a little bit of romance. So that's like my go-to. But I've been trying to branch out recently and read more fiction. And I just read my first Stephen King book. So I'm trying to kind of branch out my comfort genres, because it's easy to kind of fall in this like loop of what everyone else is reading, which isn't necessarily what I want to read. So I have to remind myself of that sometimes, and kind of I want to try reading different genres, and I want to try reading things like Stephen King, because Stephen King isn't necessarily big on book talk, but when I was younger I loved Goosebumps, and Goosebumps, like I read every single Goosebumps book, and they were like my absolute favorite. And I think that like Stephen King has so many books that could easily give me that same feeling. Okay, it's been a few days and I didn't get to really start this video. My brother's in town right now, so it's just a bit hectic, but I did get 2 new books last night, so I thought I would show them because that does fit under one of the categories of this video. And then over today, probably mostly tomorrow. Is tomorrow Halloween? Tomorrow it's Halloween. Okay, maybe not as much tomorrow, but we're gonna actually kickstart this video. So first off, I recently read my first Stephen King book. I can't remember if I talked about this in the intro, so if I did, I'm sorry. And I've just been trying to branch out of my like go-to book like comfort zones more. So I decided to get my second Stephen King book. I was thinking after The Body I was gonna read like Pet Sematary or go into one of the longer ones, but The Body wasn't scary really at all. And I feel like I need to prep myself before I go into one of the longer ones. So we're reading another novella, but my dad recommended this one and he said he really liked it, so that makes me excited, and it's called The Mist. So this is going to be my second Stephen King book. I'll probably read like the book I'm reading right now and then maybe 1 or 2 more before I go into this, just to like kind of space it out. But I'm excited. And then after this, if you read Stephen King, let me know in the comments what you think I should go to next, because I think I'm gonna read Pet Sematary next, or maybe Misery. I don't know. I need to like look, because I don't want to go into one that's like super scary, but I don't want to read like one of the more fiction feeling ones either. Like I know Pet Sematary and Cujo I heard were like on the lower level of scary, because I want to work my way up. So, because I read a lot of thrillers, but I don't read a lot of horror, and horror and thrillers are very different, so we'll see. But got this. And then on the complete opposite side, I saw someone talking about this on TikTok, and I was like, honestly, that sounds fun. That sounds like a good little palate cleanser for between some of the more serious books I'm reading right now. It's called Paper Princess, and it's kind of like, I think it's like a drama, like Magnolia Park's drama level kind of vibe is what I heard, or I think I heard. I hope I'm thinking of the right book, but it sounded interesting. It's kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it's just gonna be good and full of drama and like very fun, so I'm excited. But it's by Aaron Watt, so that's cute. these were my 2 books I picked up, so I'm really excited about this one. Honestly, I think I'm gonna read this after I finish Perks of Being a Wallflower, and then after that I might read, I have Anxious People by Frederick Bachman, and then I have a book called A Family Matter by Clara Lynch, which is like a fiction that I just found at Barnes & Noble. So after this I might read one of those and then go into The Mist. But we'll see. You know, I'm a mood reader. I kind of just go with the flow, whatever I'm feeling, whatever I want to reach for. So did I talk about what I'm reading right now? I don't feel like I fully talked about what I'm reading right now in this video, so let's do that real quick. So I'm reading, at any given moment, if you didn't know this about me, because I'm sure I've said it before, but if you're new here, at any given moment I am always reading at least 2 books, sometimes 3 if I'm also listening to an audiobook, but right now it's just 2. So for physical book, I'm reading The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I'm so excited about this. I haven't seen the movie before, and I haven't seen the movie Before You Hate because I found out there was a book, obviously, and I was like, I have to read the book first. So, and I'm a big believer of reading the book before watching the film because the book is usually better and sometimes makes the film more enjoyable because you actually know the inner dialogue of the characters. And so far I'm really liking it. I'm on page 70. I'm gonna try and read some today, like maybe, it's like 10:45 right now. Or no, it's 11, and at 12:15 I have to leave to take Luna to a doggy class, so we'll see if we can get some reading done before I leave, because I really want to finish this now so I can start this. But that's good. I'm like excited about reading right now, and I think that's great because I've been kind of all over the place. It says that I need to read 11 books a month to catch up, which is really difficult to do, but I don't have any travel for the rest of this year. And when I travel, like I read on the plane, but other than that, I don't read at all when I travel really, because I'm usually so tired in the hotel that I don't even read on my Kindle before I fall asleep. So being home, I think I'm gonna read a bit more. But so far I really like this. If you didn't know what it's about, it is about our main character Charlie, and he is basically a wallflower. Like he observes a lot and he pays a lot of attention, but he's not always a part of what's going on. So this is just kind of about his like teenage years, and I'm guessing that he's gonna become a part of things a little bit more, and it's just a little fiction novel about his life. So I really like it so far, and there's been a lot of stuff that I've annotated. It's just like interesting thoughts. There's that, and then on my Kindle I'm reading The Heart of Betrayal, which is book 2 in The Kiss of Deception, and I honestly really liked the first one. It's like a young adult fantasy, and it's definitely like a different take than a lot of what I've read. It's almost has like a medieval feel to it, which I really like, and it's just fun and different, and so far I'm really entertained, and I am excited to get more into the second one. So those are my current reads, and then obviously our next up will be these 2 plus one other. So good morning, it's the next day. Kind of a busy day going on, but I have a minute because I need to go to Michael's with my mom and get stuff for like, I'm having 2 friends over tonight, and I wanted to get stuff for us to either like paint little pumpkins, or I don't know what they're gonna have left because it's literally Halloween, if they'll have any like little pumpkins or styrofoam pumpkins left. But regardless, I'm going to Michael's. So while I wait for my mom to get home because she has the car so we can go, I got dressed, did my makeup, and now I'm gonna make a coffee, and then we're gonna work on reading my book. I read a bunch last night. I didn't film it, but I'm on page 114 now. This book has like 230 pages, so we're just at halfway, I think. Yeah. My mom's like 20 minutes away, but she stopped at an art store, so that means I have a little extra time. So we're gonna make my morning coffee real quick. I'm thinking of having like a fall coffee, and we're gonna read. Little reading update for you guys. I finished The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I ended up giving this 5 stars. It was a great book. It was such a good book. I think tonight I might watch the movie, but I loved it so much. Like 5 stars, one of my favorite books that I read this year. It was really good. It was really good. I also cried at the end, but it was just like, it was such a good story. Like, it was just, the storytelling was so good, and like there's a reason that this is as popular as it is and as like famous as it is, because it really is that good. It really is that good. My battery died, my bad. Anyway, what I was gonna say is it's time to figure out my next read, so I thought I would just tell you the next couple books that are on my TBR that I'm really excited about. I think I'm gonna go for this one for a palette cleanser. It's called Paper Princess by Erin Watt. I just saw, I think they already mentioned that this is the one I'm kind of leaning towards next, but I'll let you guys know what I think in another video, I'm sure, or on my Snapchat or something. If you're not following my Snapchat, I post like a lot more like casual, just like chatty and day my life stuff on there, so definitely go check it out. This will be one of my next reads probably to like keep the trend going since I'm starting Stephen King books now. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I want to actually read this and then I want to rewatch the movie because I feel like this is kind of on the same trend as like Perks of Being a Wallflower and wanting to read more fiction books and like more classics and stuff. This seems like a solid next option. And then after this, I'm thinking maybe Little Women, because that's what Little Women 2019 is like one of my favorite movies of all time. I love it so much. I want to watch some of the other, I know there's like one that keeps popping up on Netflix that has like Maya Hawke in it. I haven't seen that one, so I want to watch them. I want to read the actual book too, but also Pride and Prejudice. Then I have Ready or Not by Cara Bastone. I read Promise Me Sunshine, and I think other than the Perks of Being a Wallflower, that like years on like my top 3 books of the year so far, top 2 books of the year so far maybe even, and I loved it so much. And this is another book by her, so it's called Ready or Not. And then lastly, I just like randomly picked this one up at Barnes & Noble, but it's called A Family Matter. It's 50% off, and it was just like, it's another like shorter fiction book, but it's like split timeline, and it just sounded interesting. So those are the books that are on my radar next, but I do think I'm gonna go with Paper Princess by Erin Watt. So I don't know if I'll start it in this video, but I just wanted to kind of update you guys on where I'm at with reading currently, since that is one of the hobbies we're talking about. Also, I want to take a moment to talk about my Kindle, because along with the hobby of reading, a lot of people are always asking me if a Kindle is worth it. Like, between friends and you guys, a lot of people ask, and I personally love my Kindle so much and definitely think she's worth it. I think I'm gonna have to get a new one because mine is like kind of glitching, but I've had it for like 3-ish years and I do use it all the time. So it's annoying, but like it's not the end of the world. And this isn't necessarily just Kindle, this can go for all e-readers, but I love it so much. It's so nice because I can read in the dark. I can, like, if I'm going on a longer trip, I don't have to take any physical books. I can just take this, and then even if I finish the one book I'm reading, I can download another one. So that's really nice to like save space when I'm traveling. But I love that I can read in the dark, and I love that I can take it anywhere, because sometimes like I take it with me to get my nails done because I can just sit it on the thing, and then in between the painting and filing my nails, I just tap the screen and keep going. But I definitely think it's worth it. I have like a Kindle section in my Amazon storefront, I think, and my case is from Burger. I think I have a code that I'll put on the screen, but you can also, I did for this one, I had like a clear case with like stickers in the back and then a pop socket, so totally up to you. But if you're looking for a sign to get a Kindle, I love her so much, so highly recommend. And then one of my like recent, over this past year, I've really committed to it finally, even though I've been wanting to do it for a long time. I kind of found a mix of how to go about it exactly the way that I enjoy the most, because what I'm about to mention is such like a broad thing and there's so many different little subcategories to it that it can be very overwhelming. That is journaling. So for me, I ended up kind of mixing together, which I'll obviously talk about more when we get to that section of the video, but I kind of mixed together scrapbooking, junk journaling, and just like regular like diary journaling all into one. And I think that I went about it the right way because we are at the end of the year and because we are almost to November, and that's how many pages I have left. So I have actually, for the first time in the past couple of years where I've like wanted to journal, filled up an entire journal in a year, which is so impressive to me. So much so that I actually bought a second one this year, and this is just a plain like diary journal. It's just like a brain dump for me. It has no like fun colors, no stickers, no anything cool. It's just meant to, if I need to get thoughts out of my head. Because this one I enjoyed so much that I was like, I actually think that over the next 12 months I could probably fill up one of these. So we have journaling to talk about, which I'm very excited. I think my journal is so cute and I love her so much. And these stickers I collected all through this year and kind of added to it, and I love her. So I'm very excited about that, because I don't really talk about it, but it is something that I really love. And we'll talk about supplies, stickers, highlighters, pens, all the fun stuff. And I just want to thank you guys because you're just giving me an excuse to rant about this. Let's talk about journaling. I am so excited. I just reorganized my little like journaling craft cart, whatever you want to call it. Obviously I'm going to show me journaling a little bit in this, but First, I feel like we have to go through my journals, what I use them for, etc. And then we can get into all of the supplies that I have. My mom always talks about how when she was younger, she journaled so much, like literally all of her thoughts. And so like 2 years ago, it made me want to get into journaling. And I liked the idea of it, but it's kind of a hard thing to commit to and figure out how exactly you want to go about doing it because there are so many options. So last year I bought my first like little journal and I made my first attempt, which was pretty much a fail, and lots of stickers on the front. Very cutesy. She's pink. I love her so much. I'm so proud of her. And I literally ordered all the supplies to our Airbnb in LA because I moved to LA this year, literally like January 1st. So I already had the journal, but everything else I ordered to our Airbnb that we had before we got to move into our apartment. Sorry, there's like a reflection. This is the little opening page. So cute. I printed out a little Polaroid. I made some cute doodles and I started it with a letter to my future self. This is the quote that was in my 2024 journal that I really liked, and I gave it a whole cutesy page. And it's just, instead of saying I have to do this, try saying I get to do this. And I did an intro page and a reflection page that I can look back on. So it's like, this is how I'm feeling, how my life is looking when I'm starting this journal. And then I can reflect back on that and kind of update where my life is when I'm ending the journal. And then I do like these little like scrapbooking pages for specific events and like memories and stuff. So this was at the beginning of the year we went to New York. And then I have a bunch of those kind of stuff because I really want to remember like all of the events and stuff I got to do this year. I did like an update page. One of my 2025 goals was so-and-so, and then I like showed that I accomplished that goal and some of the things within that, I guess. And then another quote I love is, it's not that serious. I say that a lot, and my mom pointed out that I say it a lot, and I was like, you know what, I actually kind of like that. So I gave it its own little like page, like so. 3 or 4 of these on there, and then I added these other ones throughout the year. Like I left open space on front so I could add to it. And I'm really happy with it. I know I just ranted for so long, but now let's talk about some of my favorite supplies for journaling. I have like so many different things that I've collected, so I'll just talk about like my absolute favorites. But as far as markers and like pens and stuff, I love the Tombow brush pens. I have these really cool gel pens. They're called Very Berry. I think they're scented. They're from Uli, but I have those for like a colored pen option, and then also like these ones from Stabilo. Then as far as pens go, my favorite pen up until this point was a Pilot G205, and this is still a really solid option, but my mom got these pens and she didn't end up liking them for herself, but she gave them to me, and this is definitely my favorite pen I've ever used. I think she said that they were a little bit expensive, so if they are, I'm sorry, but it's the Pentel Evergel Intergel. Pentel Intergel and Bell Intergel. I can't tell exactly, but they look like this. And lucky for me, she bought an entire pack of them, so I have every single color, and they're really nice. I recently invested in a clamp. These are the Pinco, and it's just like a little clamp to hold your pages down or hold them together, which is really nice, especially when your journal starts getting thick from all the scrapbooking paper and stuff, because it doesn't want to stay open. I will also create a space for journaling supplies in my Amazon storefront, so I will try and link literally all of this so you can just go there to shop it, but little paper corner rounder so you can round the edges of like your scrapbook paper instead of having to cut it exactly. Glue stick, scissors. I get it at lots of different places. This is a little pack from Amazon that has like floral ones that are really cute. And then my mom was she might have been at Hobby Lobby in Florida, and she got me all these really cute little ones. Rulers, obviously, really great to have, and a little paper cutter is nice. Now let's talk about scrapbook paper. Scrapbook paper is really great, but it's annoyingly giant, so I hate storing it. I usually get it at Michael's because they do sales on it, and I got these both for like really cheap. This one just has like florals and stuff and cute bows and like cute curly butterflies, stripes, whatnot from Craftsmith. And then this one is like a bookish one, which is great for like a reading journal, but it does have some like regular pages in it too, and just like bookshelves and stuff that are cool. Last but not least, these little boxes are great. This is like a little photo album, and I saw someone using this to organize their like loose stickers, and I thought that was really smart, so I got one. And I just put the stickers in like that. I have a little pencil pouch too for like if I'm gonna go somewhere. I have stickered books, which are also really great. It's just there's always going to be some in there that you don't use, so pick your battles. This one's from Urban Outfitters, and it's been my favorite recently. It's like a coquette. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's really cute, and it has like, I'm obsessed with it. I used it for my birthday. Then these ones I've seen at like multiple craft stores, so you can probably go to any craft store near you and find them, but this is a so many letter stickers. So I use this for like titles and stuff. And this is just so many stickers, but there's like fun ones that match each other. So like for example, this one has a whole page of flowers, but I need to do the regretting you page, and then I went to another event that I need to do a page for. So I have some stuff to put in there basically. So I will catch up with you guys then. But if you have any questions, let me know. And okay, it's a day or two, I think, since I last talked to you guys about journaling. Let's do a page in my journal real quick. My most recent one was my birthday page, so I need to look at what I need to put in here and then go from there. We could do the regretting you premiere page. Okay, I will show you guys a little bit like how I plan and stuff. This is all the stuff that I have from the premiere that I want to include. I feel like this like blue matches perfectly, honestly. And then I'll pick out stickers as I go, but first thing I do is just gather all of like the main things that I want to include. So in this case, it's scrapbooking paper, we have my movie ticket, photo strips, and the popcorn bag. I'm gonna go print out some pictures from my laptop. I printed out and cut with my little paper cutter all of these. I think I'm gonna round the corners because I have just got this little corner rounder thing pretty recently and I haven't done a page that has it yet. I'm gonna have so many little tiny pieces of paper. So maybe I'll do a mix and then I'll leave some space on this side for writing like a little bit about the night. Camera died and it also overheated, so I hope that there were enough clips there, but I just finished the main part and then I'm gonna write a little bit in here, but I wanted to show you guys before I did that. Other than the scrapbooking paper, I used some stickers from the sticker book I have from Urban Outfitters and then some plain sticker sheets, and then I used a Crayola like teal marker that matched, and then I have a teal pen from like those pens I really love, and a black pen is what I'm gonna use to like write in my thoughts. That is that. I have one more little thing I might stick in here. I think it turned out really cute. I love her. So I put the other part of the ticket, I used like where it said regretting you, and then I rounded the corners, and then I put like my seat from the theater, this photo strip with my mom on this side, and then the one of me over here. And then I kind of layered some like stickers and little photos there, and then same thing down here. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I think it's so cute. So that's pretty much how I go about journaling, and I hope you guys enjoyed this part of the video. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. But like I said, I'll try and put everything in my storefront that I can. Next, we have baking. Baking was something that was actually on my New Year's resolution, as I wanted to bake more because growing up I always loved like helping my grandma bake and stuff, but since I've gotten older I only ever use like box mixes and like I never commit to the time to like learn how to bake something. So I wanted to do that this year, and I actually did, and I actually found in the past couple months especially that I really love it because again, it's something that I can turn off my thoughts, and like I have anxiety, so it like focuses me on what I'm doing, but I can still like listen to my music or something, and it's and typically I make them from scratch. I will say banana bread has been one of my favorites, and I'm not gonna make it today, but I am gonna put the recipe on the screen right here so you can take a screenshot if you want. If you want to make this banana bread, I also add, I don't have it on there, but I add a tiny bit of cinnamon, and I think that that is fun, especially for fall. It definitely adds a little bit of flavor, and my mom said she likes it too. So I recommend that. It's not my recipe, I found it on TikTok. But today, actually, I got this in a PR package, and it's pumpkin spice cookie mix, which I just thought for fall would be fun, and they sent it, and I love to bake, so I didn't want to let it go to waste. Yeah, I thought it'd be fun. So all we need is butter, egg, and vanilla, and I already got the butter out, so it should be softened a bit. And we're gonna make some pumpkin spice cookies. There's a can with the way the butter is. Now it says to add this. I'm not sure how many this is gonna make. I guess we're gonna find out. Okay, I managed to mix the dough together. I thought that there wasn't enough wet ingredients, but I was able to mix them all in.